Hello Aquarius, welcome to Divine Debut. This is Kathy speaking. Thank you for being here. This is your reading for January to June 2019. It's a general and love reading. So I will be looking at each month as well as the astrology, the overall energies. This is a tarot reading as well as astrology, so that's why the readings are a little bit long, and today is actually the 28th of January, and I want you to see if January resonates with the reading that I will be doing here, since it is end of January, with the eclipses and with Christmas, and it's just been crazy. We've just finished with Capricorn season. The sun is now in Aquarius. Happy birthday if you're an Aquarian. And we all know that Capricorn is hard work. So how was Christmas for all of you? What about the eclipses which happened in January? We had one eclipse on the 5th or the 6th, wherever you are living. Depends on where you are in the world. Let me take the first two cards for January. You've got the King of Swords as well as the Knight of Swords. So we've had a partial solar eclipse, and that happened in the sign of Capricorn. So the next eclipse was the full moon lunar eclipse. It was on the cusp of Leo and Cancer. It was actually the last consecutive eclipse in Leo. Yes, it's on the cusp of Leo Cancer, but it was at 0 degrees and 52 minutes on the Leo side. So it was the ending of what happened, what was going on for you in August of 2017 when we had that major American eclipse where it was visible in all of USA. What was going on around that time for you? This should be the eclipse which is ending that cycle. So that happened on the 21st. Today's the 28th of January. So it's only been a week. We're still very into the eclipse energies. So we've got your two cards for January. Just one thing before I cut your cards. The July-December, the second part of the 2019 readings, will be done in a couple of weeks. They're long readings. You get a lot of information. They will be up on VIMEO. I will make the announcement when they're there. You can go there and purchase and see if these readings resonate with you. You might want to see the rest of the year. If not, and you can be patient and wait till June, they will be uploaded onto YouTube, so you can see them for free on YouTube in June. All right, so let's see what is happening. So we've got two cards for January. We're going on to February right now. We've got the Magician, and we've got the Fool too. We've got the Magician and then the Fool, so it goes 1, 0. And the Fool is moving straight into the Magician. Let's see. Now, before I forget, Aquarius, this is Sun, Moon or Rising. Of course, if you've got your Moon in Aquarius, you should be watching this video. And whatever signs I mention, it's always Sun, Moon and Rising, because it's a general reading. It's for thousands to view. And always know that whatever I am saying could be happening to people that are around you. So it's not only for you, it could be for your partner, and that's the way it goes with general readings. Let's take March. 9 of Pentacles and the 6 of Swords. And I do channel the cards, the readings, so know that when I am shuffling, it means that I need to shuffle. So let's see what's happening in April. You've got the 3 of Wands, and the Seven of Cups. Now in the month of May, the Ten of Cups, as well as the Eight of Wands. So May seems to be like a pretty good month for a lot of the signs. Let's look at June. Now June is in June we're going to be in the energy of the next eclipses, which will be in July. So we've got just trying to remember. Okay, so it's a total solar eclipse, total solar eclipse. That's on the 2nd of July. And that's happening at 10 degrees and 38 minutes of Cancer. Okay, so then we've got on the 16th of July the partial lunar eclipse at 24 degrees and 4 minutes of Capricorn. So, you know, on the 2nd of July and 16th of July, we've got the eclipses on the axis, of course, where the nodes are, the nodes of the moon. We've got the North Node in Cancer and the South Node in Capricorn. So this is the shadow period of the eclipse of July. So know that with the eclipses of January, as the months pass, the eclipse energies fade away. So the further away we get from the eclipses, the more there is less chance of the effects of those eclipses. So I would say that the month of April, it would be the middle point of the two eclipses of the first half of 2019. All right, so June, wow, Three of Swords, and the Nine of Wands. So June looks as though you're moving into the eclipse. Obviously, Three of Swords cannot be easy energy. Let's see what the karma and dharma is for each month. Okay, so Aquarius and January, you have the Strength card, which is the sign of Leo. And that's where the eclipse was, in Leo, Aquarius axis. Let's see what is going on in February for you. And you've got the Tower. Now this is Scorpio, or I call it the card of Uranus. Some sort of rebellion, some sort of change is happening here. That's what Uranus does. It brings change, and so does Scorpio, I suppose. So let's look at March. You've got the High Priestess. The month of April for Aquarius, we've got the Devil. Now this is Capricorn. The month of May, the Hanging Man. And the month of June, you've got Temperance. Okay, let's take an astrology card and let's see what is happening planetarily. What are the influences? Okay, Aquarius and January. Virgo, I analyze. February. 7th house, partners. And that's the house of Libra. So in March, we have 2nd house and owning. April for Aquarius, Yod and destiny. In May, Moon and soul. And in the month of June, Aries and I am. Okay, let's take a spirit message card. So what is spirit telling you? Aquarius, spirit guides, angels, Archangel Michael, I need your guidance here. What's happening in January? And we've got Just Ask. And that's a card that I have not seen in these readings for any sign. Let's go to February. Stay Connected. That is another card that is showing up first time for you and all the signs. Let's look at March. Gratitude. April with the Yod. New beginnings. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Capricorn, which I just did, and you are ruled both by Saturn. Capricorn had new beginnings, and they did have, I think they had, there were energies. Aquarius was mentioned. So let's look at May. Embrace the moment. And in June, Hello from Heaven. And let's look at the romance angels for Aquarius. Archangel Michael. What is happening for Aquarius in their love life in the first 6 months from January through to June? In love, Aquarius 2019, January through to June. Please guide myself to be able to pass on the message to Aquarius. Let's go for January. And we've got worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So the angels are still waiting for the right time to take flight. Let's look at February. Engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. March. Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Let's look at April. Playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Let's look at the month of May. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. And in the month of June, where we've got the Three of Swords, what's happening? Wow, free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. Wow, okay. So, I know that it won't be, for everyone, it won't be the same. So I'm going to take one more card, because the Three of Swords does not only mean a breakup. It can mean an operation, surgery, anything like that. Let me take one more romance angel. And we've got forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. So yeah, June is a little bit of a challenge. Let's look at the chocolate message cards, which I absolutely love. Spirit guide, angels, and divine. What are your special messages? You know, we tend to get a lot through these cards. I love using them. Now, sometimes they do resonate with the rest of the cards in the pile. Other times it is like night and day difference. Usually they're very close to the cards and the meaning, the messages that have already come through the other cards. But sometimes it just goes, just like Uranus, it just changes everything up. So January, and you've got chocolate bullets, intuition. February, chocolate ice cream and joy. And that's on top of the engagement card. March for Aquarius, chewy nougat, chocolate, and patience. April, chocolate fudge, moving forward. In the month of May, we've got black cherry chocolate and passion. And in the month of June, welcome home chocolate, mystery. Interesting. All right, dear Aquarius, let's start off with the astrology. Now, I always look at the astrology and then at the cards. So, as I was saying, it is the sun is in Aquarius. So, happy birthday to all of you. I didn't even realize in the beginning that I said the sun is in Aquarius. Happy birthday. So, yeah. For most of you, I'm wishing you all the best. Happy birthday at this time. This is your solar return, so this is a very important time for you. Now, your ruler, your ancient ruler, I should say, your first ruler was Saturn. It's in its home sign of Capricorn because it also rules Capricorn. So it's up there in Capricorn where the eclipses are happening. Now, Saturn and Pluto are very close together. They're coming closer together. So, Pluto is much slower moving. Saturn moves faster because it's closer to the Earth. So Saturn is slowly catching up to Pluto. Now, Pluto is the ruler of Scorpio. Pluto is karmic, so is Saturn. Both those difficult planets, they've got difficult energies, but, there's always, it's not only negative what comes with Pluto and Saturn. Pluto will bring you the power, it will bring you transformation and rebirth. Saturn says that you need to put in the hard work, though, to do that, because death can never be easy, can it? Changes are never easy. We're usually quite fixed. You're a fixed energy, fixed sign, so change is not easy. But even though Aquarius likes change, Saturn, your ancient ruler, is very steady and stable. So you're also ruled by Uranus. Now, Uranus is the changer, the change maker. Uranus likes to bring in, the sudden revelations. Uranus is the individual, okay, being ruled by Uranus. You want to stand out in the crowd. You're the genius. You can see things from a very higher perspective because Aquarius is the ethers. Aquarius is very, very progressed, and we are moving into the age of Aquarius very slowly, but we are. Now, there's a lot of Capricorn energy we're moving into, so that means that what comes after Capricorn, it's Aquarius. So, slowly moving into the age of Aquarius says that technology is racing. Anything that is changing, anything that is erratic and innovative is happening with the age of Aquarius. Aquarius is very modern. They can see way ahead of time. So you've got the slow-moving Saturn as well as the Uranian, quick and, erratic and drastic and, making a revolution, changing things from the core. Now, just like an eagle can see, the eagle's eyes are, they can see amazingly the distance that they can cover with their eyesight. They've got like 100, not 20/20 vision, 120 vision, I want to say. So you can see way ahead. Of course, it depends on a lot of other things, whether you've got a stronger Saturn than Uranus. Now, what I'm trying to get at is that the sun is in your sign, so it's your solar return. It's a very good time for you, but with the eclipses that are happening on Saturn and on Pluto in Capricorn. The South Node is right there next to Pluto, which is, the South Node is, you know, the nodes are very karmic. The North and South Node being in Cancer, the North Node speaks of, you know, the inner child. Cancer is the child. It's the baby that wants to be nurtured and loved by its family, by its heritage, by its parents. And Cancer is also our foundation, our lineage. And opposite to that is where Capricorn is. So that's the South Node there. And we're supposed to be moving towards, with the North Node in Cancer, we're moving towards anything to do with Cancer, which I just mentioned what it's all about. The South Node is our career, it's the authority, it's our father. Excuse me, oh my God. So you may be dealing with a very strict authoritarian, a boss, because Capricorn is also your career, it's also the law. You may be dealing with matters of the law. And the South Node is what is familiar to us. Let go of what is familiar, what you've been working through at a later, I should say, no, at an earlier lifetime. If you believe in reincarnation, the South Node on top of Pluto and Saturn speaks karma, as well as the nodes just in general. Even, you know, in Cancer, what is happening in Cancer? What's happening with your foundation, your home, your family? Because, you know, the eclipses will be taking place right there in Cancer and in Capricorn. Now, the last eclipse on 0 degrees and 52 minutes of Leo was the last eclipse on the axis Leo Aquarius. That's why I'm saying that when the eclipses were happening in Leo and Aquarius back in 2017, that full moon lunar eclipse, which was right on the South Node in Aquarius. If I'm not mistaken, it was at about 5 degrees, and it was actually squaring Uranus. Wow, like that was a really, really hard eclipse on everyone's lives. Now, people have sent messages back, they've written back saying that this happened in my life, that happened in my life. It was a tough time. So I appreciate you commenting and telling me what happened with you back then. It just, you know, helps others to understand as well. So January is not easy, even though it's your birthday time. Now we've got Mercury on the 28th of January. I'm actually going to go back around about when the sun just moved into, I like to look at where the changes are. So I'm going back to the 21st of January when the sun just moved into your sign. Now Mercury was right next to the South Node. Mercury is the messenger. So Mercury is also communication. So things from the past are coming up to be communicated, talked about. Now Mercury is moving closer to the sun. So there will be clarity in January in relation to information, knowledge, logical conversations. What is the sun? It's clarity, it's healing, it's children, true love. And what is Aquarius? Aquarius, I mentioned before, it can be someone trying to do things differently, being part of a social group and association. Through communications comes the clarity. Aquarius is also your wishes and dreams. So some of you may be receiving news or the clarity of a dream or a wish that might be, you know, slowly showing itself. You might be seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Now, we've got Jupiter and Venus. Venus being love, beauty, values, on top of Jupiter, which is luck and expansion. And also, you know, going on that adventure, maybe even traveling for love, traveling to a foreign place. Could be anything like that. Now, again, even Sagittarius talks of truth. So there is a beautiful trine from Venus onto Mars. So this is the Lovers. Mars is in Aries. It is ruled by Aries. So there is some sort of an expansive energy, a benefic energy to do with love, to do with romance, to do with your truth. Now, of course, Venus can be projects, something that you are manifesting, something that you've created. You could even be working in a group, let's say, but because Gemini is the sign that's right across from Sagittarius, and Gemini is that small group, it's siblings, it's neighbors. I believe that the signs, you know, when we're talking about a planet in a certain sign, the karmic partner, which is the sign opposite, is affected as well. So whatever beneficial is happening in Sagittarius would be affecting the energy of Gemini as well, the house of Gemini. So Neptune is in its home sign of Pisces. Chiron is at 28 degrees and 40 minutes of Pisces, so it's finishing up a major cycle. So what's happening for you? Which open wound are you healing? Which and Chiron is the wounded healer who, through healing himself, it's an actual asteroid in the sky. So in mythology, it was a centaur, so half horse, half man, and he was wounded by his own people, and therefore his wounds were not only physical, they were emotional and mental. So what are you healing from? Maybe if you've gone through a healing process of your own, you've healed your wounds, maybe you're becoming the healer. And that could be in anything to do with metaphysics. What is Pisces? It's metaphysics, it's spirit. It is anything to do with prison, with, you know, the endings of cycles, because Pisces is the last, it's the last sign of the zodiac. So again, endings. With Chiron being there at the 29th degree, it's very strong, very potent, as well as the victim mentality. If you've been used and abused, it's time to put an end to that. Mars is at 13 degrees of Aries. Uranus is at 21 degrees and 40 minutes, so it's almost at 29 degrees. So there are massive endings. Uranus is going back into Taurus. It's covering the ground that it retrograded on. So we're working through issues of what we have begun and what we value, or, you know, what we're trying to, because Aries is the seed that is the seed that has been that's germinating. It's the seed that has been planted. And Taurus is values. Taurus is the earth. So Uranus is coming back to plant that seed, to love and nurture, to water that seed that has been planted. But to water it means that you value it. So if you don't value it, you're not going to water that seed. That's what Uranus is doing in Aries and in Taurus. So it's a very important time on the collective for everyone. Uranus can be quite radical. Further down in, you know, next month, Mars will be meeting up with Uranus, which can be quite difficult. So I will be talking about that in a minute. So the North Node and South Node are about 27 degrees almost, 26 and 47 minutes. And the Moon has just passed over the North Node, you know, when the Sun moves into Aquarius. So the Moon is at home in Cancer, so emotional issues to do with family, okay? With family, with your heritage, your foundation, and your home. Let's see what the cards are saying here. Now, home is also the parents, yeah? Cancer is the parents. Even though the Moon is feminine energy, it's the mother mainly, and Capricorn is the father, because Saturn is also the father. So you're working through family, mother, father, family, and all those things that are fated and karmic. So we've got the Knight of Swords and the King of Swords. So the Knight of Swords is action. Now you could be dealing with another air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, like yourself, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Libra would be, we've got the scales here. So I'm going to say Libra. I feel as though this is your energy, dear Aquarius. I feel that this is your energy. The King of Swords is someone who has been, you know, hurt in the past. There's someone who is quite cold and aloof. They're not coming from a place of emotion. I feel that the action here, and this could be conversations, even though Knights are all about action, the swords are perception and conversation, right? And also severing of ties. So I can see the scales here, they're at an imbalance, which means that you're cutting through some sort of an imbalance here. Now this could be, of course, someone else, which is more than likely the sign of Libra, that is cutting through this imbalance. Now the scales can also speak of justice, okay? So there is some sort of an injustice here, and the action is that something is being cut away because of an injustice. Now there is some sort of a decision. We've got two swords here. If we add these two cards together, there is a decision that is being made. Now maybe it's not you making a decision, or the other person, it could be. And Libra is the house of partnership, through romance, whatever partnership or relationship you're dealing with. Nevertheless, Libra is the other people. So whatever is happening here, as you can see, there is an egg at his feet, and I'm using the mystical tarot. So if you need to see which cards I'm using, which decks, the information is down below in the box. Sorry about that. I was saying that the egg is actually, this is where the sperm and the ovary meet. So there is a fertilization of something. This is the beginning of something that is forming. So this can be an actual pregnancy. Doesn't matter that there's no pregnancy cards here. As I said, I'm channeling. This is obviously a general reading. So especially with Mars being in Aries, and Aries is the beginning of a cycle. Remember that the eclipse in Leo is all about children. Leo is the 5th house, which speaks of true love, children, creative projects that you've brought to life. It's taking a risk, it's having fun, it's having joy, and it's also taking a gamble. Okay, so because Leo is the child that wants to play, through playfulness, we can have conception, right? So, and in whatever way that speaks to you. So I believe that there is some sort of a beginning, but through the, and this could be surgical. For some of you, you could even be having surgery where you're being impregnated. If you are having IVF, or you could not conceive naturally, well then this could be a surgeon or a doctor that is actually helping you to get pregnant. So good luck with that if that is you. Now also the King of Swords could be, yes, the swords could always be cutting away someone, cutting someone out of your life, or cutting something out of your life. The King of Swords can also be a solicitor, legal advisor. So there is some action that is being taken here, could be with legal matters, because Jupiter in Sagittarius, Jupiter deals with the law. Jupiter can speak of legalities as well. So there could be legal issues between families, you know. Let's see what else we've got. And we've got the Strength card. So there is Leo. The Strength card speaks of courage, trust in a situation you may be dealing with a Leo. Now we've got Aquarius and Leo. This is the axis where the eclipse happened again. So on the 21st of January. So the Strength card speaks of wisdom, patience, all those things. You may be dealing with a fiery Leo that could be very strong. Usually Leos are leaders. This is the Lion. Okay, Leo can, the shadow side of Leo could be ego. So I don't know how that speaks to you. You could have strong Leo. And I'm going to say, since let's say your sun is in Aquarius, the opposite sign to your, where your sun is Leo. So we do have, you know, if you're an Aquarius, you've got the traits of Leo. And if you're a Leo sun, you've got the traits, some traits of Aquarius. Usually we're supposed to balance out both. So what Leo has, Aquarius is missing. They fit each other, and the other way around. So this January is calling for you to have strength. Let's see what else we've got. Virgo and I analyze now. Wow. Okay, so Virgo, you may be dealing with a Virgo sun, moon, or rising. And analyzing is what Virgo does really well. Now, Virgo can also show up as an air sign because Virgo is ruled by Mercury, which is the messenger. It's the logic, it's the left brain. So Virgo would be the most intellectual out of the three. Earth signs, sorry. So you may be dealing with a sun, moon, or rising Virgo. Now Virgo could be, you could be dealing with a solicitor who's got strong Virgo. So they're very good detectives. It could even be a detective that you're using to spy on something or to do work for you. Virgo, yes, is very analytical. If this is a surgery here, then it's looking really good. If you've got, however Virgo comes across to you, because Virgo looks at the finest details. So this is supportive energy. Now it's a number 18, which adds up to a 9. And 9 is the house of Sagittarius. Sagittarius, as I said, I've mentioned all the things about Sagittarius earlier, about it being the truth. Yes, about it being foreign places and people, different cultures, and very philosophical. Now, 18 is also the number of the moon, and the moon is Cancer. So again, it references back to, you've got Virgo and, in a sense, Cancer. So what happened with the eclipse? You're still working through that. You'll have to write and tell me. Let's look at Spirit. Just ask is the message here. Let's read the card. So, there are many here in the spirit world that can assist you at this time. We are made up of the divine source, your loved ones, friends, guides, angels, and spirit helpers who are waiting to assist you. We are your spiritual team, and all you have to do is ask for our help and guidance. So what this message is saying to me, for those of you that are going through hardship at this time, know that Spirit is here for you, as well as people from your foundation, your ancestors, because that's what Cancer is. Okay? That's where the North Node is. All you need to do is just ask. So, some of you could be asking for help from a family, from your family at this time. What can I say? Know that you are supported and you are not alone. That's what I want to say. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Look at your angels. They haven't taken flight yet. They're ready to, but they're not. They've still got their feet on the ground, which speaks of timing. So timing is everything here. As I was saying, Saturn is in Capricorn, so Saturn at one stage will be activated, will be touched upon with the eclipses, and Saturn is the Lord of karma and time. So when the timing is right, your angels will be bringing in your soulmate, your love. Okay, so it's worth waiting for. So whenever the universe and the divine tells us to wait, that means that it's divine timing. Obviously, it's, our life is like a chess game, like the chessboard. We make one move, we affect others as well. So the divine wants to see the bigger picture, Aquarius likes to see the bigger picture, that if I make this move, how will it affect that person? Well, the divine tries to make the right moves for the best of the whole, for everyone. So that's why timing is everything. Let's look at what the chocolate messages are all about. Intuition. Let's read the card. Psychic and intuitive awareness is all around you at this time. Embrace the spiritual chapter of your life and open your senses to a higher level of understanding. It is important to trust your instincts at this time, even if you don't know where they are coming from. Follow your heart. Listen to your gut feelings. Listen to your gut feelings and never doubt. Heed your own inner guidance. It is important to pay attention to the flashes of intuition that seem to come to you from nowhere. I am open and aware of messages that come to me, and I am guided by the path they take me. So that says that you're letting the divine lead you. You are paying attention to signs and synchronicities in January, which is very important. All right, now looking at the month of February, Venus has moved into Capricorn. It is in between, smack bang, in between Saturn and Pluto. So Venus is going through a bit of a challenge, going through Capricorn. It will be passing over Pluto as well. This is around the 20th of February, so this is after Valentine's. Venus is going to be very close on Valentine's Day. It's going to be very, very close to Saturn. So that could bring longevity in love, or that can even bring out the door, finding the door closed on love. It depends on your own personal chart. So Venus going through Capricorn says that she's working hard. A lot of you are working hard, maybe on a project, maybe on, you're beautifying anything to do with your work, your career. Nevertheless, with Venus passing over Pluto and then the South Node, there is some sort of a change to do with your values, because that's what Venus is, to do with, there is death and transformation, so there is change, major change, and letting go of something that is karmic. So once there is a death, just like what Pluto is all about, there is something new that's going to take its place. So the sun has moved into Pisces. If you're cross-watching and you're a Pisces, happy birthday to you. We've got Mercury now on top of Neptune, and Mercury is trying to find the logic within the through the mist, through the fog. Mercury is trying to, clear the fog, get the information. Communication can be quite difficult here because Neptune is very strong in Pisces. This could also be getting to the bottom of something, of an illusion, or being disillusioned by something. As well as that, I'd like to mention that Jupiter in Sag is at 20 degrees now, 21, so it's in the third part of, the third part of Sagittarius, so it's it's been experienced. It's gone through the first 2/3 of Sag. It's coming up to the last part of Sagittarius, but it's going to retrograde. So it's going to get to a certain degree, if I'm not mistaken, around 24 degree, and then it's going to start moving back again. So we're going to have Jupiter retrograding for about 4 months during this year. Now, Chiron is at 0 degrees and 6 minutes of Aries, so it's moved into its new cycle. Whenever I see 0 degrees of a planet or a point or whatever in the horoscope, it's very strong for me. You know, the changing from one sign to another, even if it's, Chiron, which is an asteroid, it's not a planet. Nevertheless, it is very important in our chart. So we've also got Uranus at 29.5 degrees of Aries. It's at the last degree. It's crazy at this point. Very strong. Mars has moved over it. And, when Mars, which is fire, and Uranus, which is air, and our nervous system, it's electrical, it's change. When we've got fire and air together, this can be quite drastic, okay? And be careful with sharp objects. Be careful with anything to do with electrical. That's what Uranus is. Now, this can also be, because Uranus can be the genius, and Mars can also be our fire, our inspiration, our creativity. You could be, finding an ingenious way to move forward, to strive to go for what you desire, what your goals are. So there are positive and negative again. And, it's a very important time around the 20th of February. We've got beautiful sextiles, which are nice aspects from Mars and Uranus onto the Sun. Okay, and the Sun is healing, it's clarity, it's truth, and it's also children. So let's look at where the North Node is. It hasn't really changed. North and South Node are still at 26 degrees. So they're the important things that I had to mention. We've also got nice sextiles from Neptune and Mercury together in Pisces to the big, to what is happening, I should say, in Capricorn. So that's a good sign. That's a good sign. Let's look at the cards of February. Wow. We've got the Tower. Now, this is beautiful. I think that the month of February, which is your solar return, is a grand opening of something that you are seriously manifesting. Now, you've got the Magician, which is Mercury. Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo, and Virgo was mentioned here. Here we've got the sign of Aries, which is the Fool. So you've got a number 1, then you've got a 0. The Fool is racing straight into manifestation. Whatever new cycle you're beginning, you're the Magician, you're making magic. Now, your partner could be a Gemini, Virgo, or an Aries here, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Or you could have these traits strongly in your chart. Now, I'm going to say that if you're a female, look at your Venus. If you're a male, look at your Mars as well. You could have any of these signs, but also the North and South Node. More particularly, I would say the North Node, because that's our destiny. Now, you've got 2 major arcanas here, which says that, February is in the hands of the divine, not in yours. Whatever you're taking a risk on, it's going to pay off. Now, we've also got the Tower here. And the Tower is, wow. Here is the electrical surge of power. This is Mars. Mars has just moved over your ruler, Uranus. So what is changing and shifting for you? There is a big, drastic change. Now, sometimes we say that the Tower can be Scorpio, Scorpio is Pluto, and the South Node is right there with Pluto. Something is changing big time here, and radically and quickly. There is some sort of a new invention. Some of you could be inventing something that will be far ahead in time. It will be an ingenious idea, an inspiration, a thought. Whatever this is for you, it is going to pay off. Let's look at the astrology card. We've got the 7th house and partners. Now it's a number 31, and 31 adds up to a 4, which is your home and your family. The 7th house is the partnership house. It's the house of Libra. So there is some sort of a new beginning and it could be collaborating with someone. Now we've got two people that are making love here. As you can see, I would say that this is more than likely Mars and Venus. Now Venus has moved away from Mars, but I feel that the fertilization, as I said, of January could be bringing on this new romantic endeavor, this new romantic relationship, agreement, whether this even, it could be between family, because yes, these are two lovers, but Libra can be just the other people. Now Libra is the opposite house to Aries. So we're talking the axis Libra, Aries. So the 1st and the 7th house are being activated here. So we've got engagement, and that's what the romance angels, oracles are telling you. Your love life is ascending to a high level of commitment. So there is some sort of an agreement here. For those of you that are not getting engaged, this could be moving in with your partner. This could be stabilizing some relationship, but this could also be just an agreement with other people, whether this is business, whether this is anything to do with family. There is an agreement, okay? So you may be committing to something here, agreeing to something, signing on the dotted line. Now there are no retrogrades yet, so it is a good time to sign on that dotted line, whatever you're signing away on here. Now the Aries card, the Fool, could be, starting a new karmic cycle, okay? Because the Fool is a 0, it's taking a risk. You are taking a risk, you're going for it, and it's going to pay off. Again, I said it. Stay connected, says Spirit. Let's read about what connection it's talking about. And we've got, we are all born connected to Spirit, often known as the divine source. Yet many of us have a tendency to pull away from that connection as we journey through life in the physical world. Now is an important time to reconnect to the source. So stay connected, try to align yourself. If you've lost your alignment, your balance, try to meditate, take time out and listen to your calling. Listen to what messages are coming through from Spirit. Here we've got chocolate ice cream and joy. Let's read the card. And we've got, when life becomes too serious, find time for joy. Embrace the creative, talented, and enthusiastic side of your nature. This card represents a time of true happiness. Indulge in things that make you feel alive and young again. Things that make you laugh out loud. Adopt a childlike attitude. Loosen up and have some fun. Be like Peter Pan. Believe you can fly and enjoy life. Wow. Aquarius. Believe you can fly. I am young at heart. I enjoy life and life enjoys me. So this is very importantly talking about Cancerian energy, I want to say here. That's the child. Leo as well, which was mentioned in the month of January. So some of you are going to be feeling as though you've been reborn. Okay, it's a time of fun. It's a time of play. Let's look at the next month of March. And Venus has now moved into your sign. Venus is, you know, speeding through Aquarius. It's at about 24 degrees on the 22nd of March. The sun is moved into, now it's the solstice. It's moved into Aries, so there is new beginnings. This is like the beginning of the year. We've got Chiron together with the sun. So this is healing any past life wounds, any victim mentality. This is, you know, a new birthing, you know, of a brand new year. There is newness here. If you are Aries and cross-watching, happy birthday to you. So Uranus has moved into Taurus as well. Uranus is at 0 degrees, 46 minutes of Uranus. So there's been change, drastic change in from February to March. Now Mars, which was moving through Taurus, is still there. It's at 23, 24 degrees. So it is squaring over to Venus in Aquarius. Now squares can be tension, but they bring change. So through passion, through our values, change will come through in anything to do with what you love, what you have created, what you are hoping to manifest. Now, Jupiter is still at 23 degrees, and it is, you know, there is something strange about your destiny as well as Taurus. What did I say? As well as Jupiter, sorry. So there is an inconjunction which says that it's like a weird sort of a energy between the North Node in Cancer and Jupiter in Sagittarius. So, you know, our destiny is calling for us to tweak something, to change something, to be put on the right path to where is our benefit, where we can be lucky. Now, there is also, wow, there is a yod. Now, this is the finger of God, which is pointing towards Jupiter in Sagittarius. So on the 22nd of March, we've got the North Node in Cancer, Mars in Taurus, connected with a sextile. So this is positive energy, but you need to wave your hands, move, take action for your luck. With Jupiter in Sagittarius, that's where both energies are pointing to. Now that's the yod and that's the finger of God, which is pointing straight at Jupiter. So this is incredible. You've got, even though you've got the yod here in the month of April, so the month of March, is pointing to that energy. So I feel as though whatever is happening here in March is also referencing, and you will be affected in April. So March and April are connected together. Okay, so that's what I feel. And again, that's very important to mention because the yod is destiny. Again, it's God, it's spirit, it's pointing you in a certain direction. Now, some of you may be going on that adventure, seeing the truth, becoming the philosophers, continuing your education. Some of you may be hoping to go to a foreign land to study. Could be anything like that. Let's look at your cards. Now, the North Node has moved into North and South Node, they've moved to 24 degrees and 20 minutes. So they are moving backwards, which is normal for the North and South Node. That is quite normal. They move the opposite to what planets do. So let's look at the cards. We've got the Nine of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. Now the Nine of Pentacles is very Virgo energy for me. Financially, this is looking pretty good. You're able to stand strong financially, but you don't seem to be sharing your finances. You know, you seem to be financially working on your own. Now, you seem to be okay, but you're not happy in the situation that you're at because you don't have someone obviously here that is sharing, that you're sharing your finances with. Now, you know, the Nine of Pentacles could speak of financial independence. It's not talking about love, though. Here, we're not looking at the emotions. I will look at the rest of the cards. But what I see is the Six of Swords. So in anything to do with business and money, if there's been hardship here, you are moving away to a calmer, to a more pleasant balance, yeah, financially. Now, some of you may be actually moving away from a Virgo. You could be traveling to, you know, over water, as you can see here. So you're taking your ideas and you are going to a better place. Now, what can that mean for you? Your perception is taking you elsewhere. Now, that could be, of course, moving for business. That could also be moving home, because the Six of Swords can always speak of travel, traveling over water, moving to a home of your own, because the North Node is in Cancer. Let's see what else we've got. Now, we've got the High Priestess, which is the Virgo Piscean axis. This is strong intuition. This could also speak of moving through a new doorway. She's sitting between those two pillars. Secrets could be coming to light. As you can see, we've got the moon. It looks like a full moon, maybe around the time of the full moon in March. You could be receiving information through your dreams, through your psychic abilities, and you are moving metaphorically, metaphysically. Some of you, you could be aligning with the divine. Your psychic abilities, which was mentioned in February, are showing up here in March. So I believe that you could be, as I said, take time to align with the divine, align with source, and you are connecting here in March. Now, the High Priestess is a 2. It looks like an 11. Wherever you're moving to is meant to be. And that will financially put you in a better place, I see. Because you've also got the second house and owning here. Look at that huge coin. Now, this is stabilizing something, obviously. Now, the second house is the house of Taurus. And Taurus is also our values. Some of you are literally moving because of business, because of earning through business, because of a business, because of your values. You do not value the place that you're at. So maybe money is making you move. You're moving for work. Now, this is a number 26, so it adds to an 8. And, the second house I said is Taurus, the sign that's opposite. Second house would be the opposite sign is the 8th, which again is the energy of Scorpio. Death and transformation, other people's money, banks, wills, loans, deeds, as well as intimacy. Now, the High Priestess could speak of secrets. Could you be involved in a secretive, intimate relationship? Could you be starting something stable? You're finding the value in this relationship, therefore you are moving towards that person. And as I said, the signs, all the signs that I've mentioned, it's sun, moon, or rising. Look at the romance angels. It says finances and career, financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So that stands very strong to what I was just saying. So your love life is being affected by finances and career. Let's see what the spirit world says. Gratitude. And I will read the card. Life is one big continuous circle of giving and receiving energy. Be thankful for who and what's in your life instead of complaining about what you don't have. If you focus on gratitude, you'll start to attract prosperity and abundance. Through gratitude and giving thanks, you will own something. Some of you are purchasing a new home, a new business. For some of you, because this looks like the Ace of Pentacles, you are moving and beginning something that's really stabilizing in your life. Now, for others, this could even be the planning of a wedding. You've been engaged here. You could be planning a wedding. Now, the Ace of Pentacles, the pentacle always speaks of stable new beginnings. This could even be a pregnancy that you find out about in the month of March. But money's on the forefront here. And what you value and what you own is at your forefront. This is what you are dealing with in the month of March. All right, so let's go into the month of April. Excuse me, I was just yawning. So we've got Jupiter at 24 degrees. It's retrograding. It's one of the first bigger planets that's starting the retrogrades because Saturn and Pluto are ready to retrograde as well. And Neptune is not long before it starts to retrograde. Now, you know, Jupiter, when it's going backwards, it's more potent. It's a time of going within, searching for what you missed, looking at the details. Jupiter is all about expanding and giving back. Now, you need to go over the details. That's what retrogrades do. We've got more time. It's like we're buying time to look at what our successes are, what our luck is. All right, so that's what's happening here. We've got Pluto and, wow, we've got the South Node right in between Pluto and Saturn now, because Pluto is at 23 degrees, Saturn is at 20, and the North and South nodes have moved to 21 degrees. So that means it's right smack bang in between Pluto and Saturn. This is a very, very karmic time. Neptune is at 17 degrees, almost 18. Venus is at 0 degrees and 34 minutes of Aries. So she's begun a new cycle. Chiron is at 3 degrees and Mercury is at 5. So Venus, Chiron, and Mercury are at the beginning of Aries. This is the new cycle in love, the new cycle of communication. You know, Aries is the beginner, the instigator, the warrior. Now we've also got the Sun at 0 degrees and Uranus at 2. As I said before, when I've got planets that are at 0 degrees, they're right in between two signs, it says that it is very strong. Anything can happen. That's what I want to say. Now, the Sun with Uranus, anything can happen. Okay? Anything that you don't expect will be happening, and the Sun will be the clarity and the light, okay, to do with. And it's funny that we've got the Sun is the ruler of Leo and Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius. So these two planets have come together. I still believe that in the month of April, we are finishing up with what happened with the eclipse of the Leo-Aquarius axis on the 21st of January. Okay? That's how I see it. Let's look at the cards. Mars is in Gemini, so is still moving fast. And that's it astrologically. I don't want to keep going on about the stars. I can keep talking for hours in relation to the astrology, but we've got the Seven of Cups and the Three of Wands. So the Seven of Cups is all about, you know, the lack of clarity. There's choices here, choices that need to be made, but it looks as though, you know, that veil is, it can either go this way or that way. But usually we've got lack of clarity because this is Piscean energy, right? And that's Pisces ruled by Neptune. But we've got, and as I said, for most of the year, Jupiter will be squaring over to Neptune, and that's like really not seeing anything clearly at all. Here we've got a chance to see things. Why do I say that? Because they're seven degrees apart, which is, you know, it's like being able to peek through that hole in the door, that keyhole in the door. You're able to actually see, okay, what the choices are that you have. And then you've got also, look at the Three of Wands, you're looking across the seas, and you're probably expanding and growing either something that you've given birth to creatively, or you can see that sprout, that seed that was planted and was, of course, that, you know, the germination took place. Now you're actually seeing, you're seeing that first sprout, that first life. Okay, that's what I believe with this energy here. The 7 is also always a divine number for me. So if you remember right, the yod, I was mentioning the energy of the yod and the finger of God. So that of what was happening before when I was explaining the yod is still happening here. And I think it was in the month of February. Let's just go back 1 month. I want to be certain of that. Oh, wow, I've sort of, with the day, let's go back. Yes, it was in the month of March. In the month of March, yes. So March and April, you've got the influence of the yod, which is the finger of God. Now here we've got the tree of life. So that speaks of family. It speaks of health. Now your focal point was Jupiter. So pay attention. Jupiter, which was connected to Mars and the North Node. So here we're talking about destiny is playing out again. We've got 48, which adds up to 48 adds up to 12. 12 breaks to 3. Now, the 12 is the Hanged Man. It's very on point with the 7 of Cups, which is Piscean. Some of you are dealing with a Piscean person. Others of you are dealing with strong Sagittarius energies because the your yod was pointing to Sagittarius. So it could be someone who's at a distance, someone from a foreign background, could be speaking of spirituality. Sagittarius is all about spirituality. Seeing the truth in anything to do with health as well. Some of you could be needing to focus on your health because here we've got the devil, and the devil can be quite draining. It's too much work. It's too many restrictions. It's, you know, this is Saturn, and Saturn can be quite physical. The devil is Capricorn, and Capricorn is where all the big malefics like Pluto and Saturn are right there. And so is the South Node. So whatever, this is very positive for me in the sense that whatever has been, you've been in bondage from, with, whatever has been holding you back, whatever you've been addicted to, it's a time to let it go. With the South Node right there, it's a time of yes, dealing with this. Okay, you've got the support of the divine, truly. If you've been dealing with someone who was of authority to you, you could actually be becoming the authoritarian yourself here. Okay, you may be receiving a promotion in March. And look at what we've got here, new beginnings. Spirit says that there are new beginnings here for you. And I just wanted to pinpoint that. Look at the picture here. We've got a cage. This person thinks that he is imprisoned, but he's not. The door is open. So you are free to move. Don't let that perception cloud your judgment, and you are free to move. Everything in life is constantly vibrating and moving, and therefore continuously changing and evolving. Be aware that a new beginning is on the horizon. Have courage and faith, because right now life is trying to nudge you forward and move you in a new direction. So there is a new direction that you're taking on. Okay, and with the Three of Wands, you're looking out to sea. New direction could be very on point for a lot of you. Here we've got the Six of Swords. So your new direction may be starting from the month of March. Now we all know that the tarot, sometimes, you know, one month blends into the other. Romantically, we've got playfulness. And playfulness is Cancer and Leo. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Now youth is the inner child and Cancer. Play and fun and joy is Leo. So again, I still believe you're dealing with those energies. Now some of you could be dealing with Capricorn or Cancer, Sun, Moon or Rising, as well as Leo and Pisces, I'm going to say. So Leo, Sagittarius or Aries. Leo more prominent. And yeah, Leo and then Sagittarius and then Aries. Let's see what the chocolate fudge moving forward card reads. Hope you can see that clearly. Yeah. Okay, so it is time to leave something behind that no longer serves you. Change may lead to sadness, but separation can lead to happiness. The promise of change holds your best interest at heart. Know and trust that new and good times are ahead. Good things are waiting for you. Trust your gut feelings at this time as you prepare to leave a relationship that isn't working, a job that no longer feeds your soul, or a living arrangement that no longer provides. Trust that something better is coming your way. I move forward with no regrets. I leave my past behind and walk into a brighter future. Looks like you're going to be sailing into a brighter future. I think that you're on the dock and you're waiting for that ship to come in, and it will be, dear Aquarius. All right, let's go on to the month of May. So there is change, new beginnings in April. Let's look at May. Now we've got a lot of retrogrades. We've got Jupiter retrograde in Sagittarius at 22 degrees. Saturn and Pluto in Capricorn. Saturn is at 20 degrees. Pluto's at 23 degrees. So they're still very close conjunct, but the nodes now have moved from 21 that I said last month to 18 degrees and 30 minutes. So again, Pluto is practically four degrees away, roughly, from the south node. So it's, opened up a little bit. It has more of a breathing space, but Pluto is so strong that I still would say there is a conjunction here. They're still dealing with each other. We're still letting go, purging all the negative, all the difficulties, and anything that was life-changing for you will be, you're going through major changes, dear Aquarius. Now, It's funny that Neptune has moved to 18 degrees. Chiron, Neptune is at 18 degrees of Pisces. So they're still squaring again with Jupiter, even though Jupiter is moving backwards. That square is going to tighten up. And when I say tighten up, it's like pulling on a rope, pulling even harder on that rope where it might snap. Changes, we're all having changes ahead of us. Just try not to think that the future is all only bright and that there are no challenges. Don't be over optimistic. That's what Jupiter can do with Neptune. Keep your feet planted firmly on the ground at this time, especially in the next month when Jupiter will, move even closer to the 18 degrees of Neptune. Now Chiron is moving through Aries. It's at 5 degrees almost. Uranus and Venus are very close together in Taurus. Okay, so Neptune, what am I saying? Sorry. Mercury and the Sun are conjunct, both at 29 degrees, right on the cusp of Taurus, Gemini. Now, because Mercury and the Sun are on top of each other, Mercury is burning. Mercury cannot be seen. It's not visible from the Sun. And it's obviously because its power is being taken by the Sun. Mercury, even though it rules Gemini, and it's just ready to dip into Gemini, it's weakened by the Sun. So it's not going to be as strong when it's that close to the Sun. Now the Sun brings clarity, of course, but it, warmth, love. There may be communications which I feel as though there is a lack of understanding here with Mercury touching on the Sun. I feel that once Mercury, and let me see the next month. So yeah, Mercury is going to pass over the Sun and start moving, moving incredibly fast through Gemini. And that's when you will have the communications through the communication and messages that are coming through, the clarity, okay, that's coming through the messenger for you. All right, so that'll be interesting. With Mercury racing through Gemini, it's coming closer towards the eclipse. Mars is also in Cancer, and the Sun within a month, which would be 21st of June, will be very close to the next eclipses. So let's see what cards you have here. Now, wow. Yeah, we've got the 10 of Cups and the 8 of Wands. These are messages of love. These are heated conversations of passion. This is communication. This is flight travel. This is happy families. This is a brand new beginning. For those of you that are meeting someone on social media, someone new is coming into your life. The 10 of Cups always breaks down to the Ace. So we've got emotions and we've got passion. Creativity can be amazing. Whatever communication and work that you are creating right here, it's beautiful. It's going to bring you transformations. Look at those butterflies that are on the wands. Whatever communication, fiery, passionate energies that you're working through in the month of May, this is going to be some sort of an ending and new beginning with fire, passion, sexuality. Beautiful, beautiful stuff in the month of May. So May is your month, I would say, more than likely. Okay, so I couldn't remember that card was right there. So I was saying that, all right, this is looking absolutely amazing here in May. Let's see what else we've got. We've got the Hanging Man, which is Piscean energy. Now, what is going on in Pisces in May? It's that Neptune, which rules Pisces, is still there. Neptune is almost ready to go retrograde. Now, Neptune is the divine love. Let me just go a couple of days forward. So yeah, the Hanging Man does say, it does speak of sacrifice, but it also speaks of, you know, receiving the divine, from the divine source, receiving information. There could be some sort of a holdback. This is retrograde time. So Neptune is preparing to go retrograde. Now, when, you know, all the big planets, we've got Pluto, Saturn, and Jupiter retrograding. In June, Neptune goes retrograde as well. So it's obviously in its shadow period here. And the Hanging Man, again, as I said, is Pisces. So some of you could be dealing with Piscean energy. Now, Neptune is the divine love, so there could be a spiritual connection here. The Hanging Man, as I said, it's receiving usually he's got that halo around his head, so it's receiving the news from the divine. Now, Neptune can be the rose-colored glasses. Just take care with that you're not over thinking that things are going to be as smooth sailing as you wish. Sometimes there could be hold-ups, and that would be, of course, you know, that would be necessary. Obviously, the divine doesn't bring hold-ups for no reason. There's a reason behind everything. Let's see what else we've got. We've got the moon and soul. Now, the moon is the energy of Cancer. The moon rules the house of Cancer. But the moon, sometimes we say, is Pisces. For me, it's Cancer mainly. And here we've got a number 2. Number 2 is the natural house of Taurus. And Taurus is our values. So the moon could mean feminine energy. It speaks of our emotions, our intuition. We've got the soul here, so a soul connection, a soul and emotional connection. The moon can be the mother, and the moon is also our dreams. So pay attention to your dreams. I feel that there is strong intuition here. Pay attention because things are going to be changing quickly. Look at the quick energy with the 8 of Wands. There's very quick energy. It's like something stopped, but something is coming in quickly straight after that. So try and pay attention to what your dreams are telling you. Now, the moon could be, we could be talking about the new moon or the full moon here. We've got a new moon crescent here, but at the top, we've got the full moon and the new moon. Wow, so I believe that probably in between the new and the moon and the full moon, something is going to happen here. Pay attention, as I said, to your dreams. Let's see what the rest of the cards say. Now, make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Now, there could be some sacrifice where someone will be traveling over water, through air. Make the effort, says the Ace of Cups. Some of you, for those of you that have been wanting to have children, this could be speaking of motherhood. We've got the moon, we've got the children here. For some of you, you could be dealing with someone who is from your past. For those of you that have been wanting to have children, then you could be in the process of trying. For others of you, this could be anything to do with children. You could have your own children, or the person that you're getting involved with could have young children. Now, usually with these two cards, these two children, I usually see someone from your past, someone who, this could be from a past life, and this is a great love. Maybe your intuition, your dream state is telling you that you could be dealing, or for those of you that are dealing with someone that you feel is new, maybe there's a discovery here, a message through spirit which is telling you that you've known this person before, or this could speak of deja vu. Now, deja vu is a very weird feeling. You feel as though you know the other person from before. So I don't know how this energy is going to work out for each of you. Even if there are children involved here, anything to do with children does not matter. You could be dealing with your children, and this is a great love that you could be traveling to meet up with. This could be a child of yours that is a great love. We are soulmates with our children, so it can play out in many ways. Here we've got embrace the moment. Spirit says that. So embrace this day, this very moment. Think positively today and repel those negative thoughts. Try not to judge yourself or others. This may be harder than you think. What is actually happening is that you're changing your energy. So your energy is changing here in the month of May. Let's see what this chocolate black cherry is talking about. Passion. Now, through passion, children can be conceived. So there is very strong indications of pregnancy, childbirth, or newness here. Now, for each and every one of you, yes, the message could be coming through in another month because you're not all born at the same time. So let's see what the message says. Sophistication, class, lust, passion, and psychic abilities are all heralded by the appearance of this card. Trust in your intuition, your gut feelings, and your inner knowing. Your psychic ability is kicking into overdrive at this time, so take the time to look, listen, and embrace what you are being guided to. Sexually inspired feelings and impulses may take you by surprise. I trust in my intuition. It never leads me astray. I am guided to where I need to be, and I listen to my inner voice that always leads the way. So passion is going to lead the way for you. Okay, so interesting month of May. And some of you could be traveling and meeting someone who you have been communicating with through social media. Okay, so that could be another message for a few of you out there. Let's go on to the month of June. So in the month of June, we now have Neptune retrograde at nearly 18 degrees, 18 and 43 minutes. We've got Pluto at 22 degrees and 27 minutes. We've got Saturn at 18 degrees and 33. So Neptune and Saturn are retrograding, but they're also touching through a sextile, which is positive. We've also got Jupiter. Jupiter exactly squaring at 18 degrees and 9 minutes. Neptune is at 18 degrees 43 on the 21st of June. They're the big players and they're all retrograde. So this is lack of clarity, but it can also speak of, you know, even though, yes, retrograde planets give us the chance to work over things, that's the positive thing with that energy. But when the planets are retrograde, they're very, very strong. So this is a tug of war. This is a tough tug of war through Jupiter and Neptune at this time, being exact. So we've got Venus in Gemini. The Sun is ready to move into Cancer. It's at 29.5 degrees on the 21st of June. It needs 10 days before it can actually, because it's going to retrograde at 10 degrees of Cancer. So Mars has moved over the North Node and Mercury has moved over the North Node as well, and they're conjunct. So this is, be careful with difficult conversations with family, anything to do with the North Node and where you're heading. Try not to be too aggressive with communication, with anything to do with your foundation, your family. Uranus is at 5 degrees of Taurus, as well as Chiron being at 5 degrees, roughly now, of Aries. So things are moving along, but it's retrograde time. You're getting ready. You're in the shadow period of the next eclipses. So you can also always, a month before, roughly 2 weeks before, you can actually feel the energies of the eclipses. We've got the Three of Swords here and the Nine of Wands. So I'm believing that some of you are protecting what you've built because you've been unexpectedly, with Mars passing over, Mars and Mercury passing over the North Node. I believe that there's been some sort of a fight, an argument, maybe with your mother, maybe with a family member. Okay, now the Three of Swords many times can speak of a love triangle, yes, or just three people being involved in a situation. So again, we've got Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, as well as Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo energies. So again, we've got, you know, this could even be a continuation of what happened roughly in January with that eclipse, that big eclipse. This could be like the completion, I want to say, the total completion. This could be one more thing that you're finding out because you are ready to move into a new cycle now. You're starting to feel the change. You can feel the rumble of the earth beneath your feet. You're protecting your heart. So this could be gossip, of course. This could be gossip amongst co-workers, amongst family, of course. But this is a perception. Now, some of you may have needed to have surgery. This could be, you know, unexpected here. This is what is fated. We've got, you know, the eclipse energy here. What is fated to happen in June? What else do we have? We've got Temperance and Sagittarius. Now Jupiter and whatever is going on here with the North Node. Jupiter is in Sagittarius. We've got a quincunx, which is again weird energy. This is not easy flowing from what Jupiter is doing. And Jupiter can speak of legal things, things at a distance, foreigners, as well as what your destiny is, your destiny for foundation. Temperance says you need to be patient, you need to be the philosopher, the guru, you need to look at the bigger picture, you need to trust in the divine way, because this is usually the spirit guides, the angels that are fixing a special potion on your behalf, and that means healing from what you have been hurt by. Here we've got Aries and I am. Now Aries is the instigator, it's the warrior. There's a lot of red. It does remind me of Mars, which rules Aries. It's right on top of Mercury in Cancer. So maybe it was destined. Maybe there was a lot of fire and passion and ego here. And that's why the conversations got heated and you are beginning something new. There is some sort of a transformative energy. We've got a 13, which is the number of the death card. As well as that, it adds to a 4. So changes within your family again, your home. Now we've got free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. You could be becoming the warrior. You're striving to put yourself first at this time. Aries says I am. Now you could be, if you're dealing with someone who's got strong Aries and they're very selfish, egocentrical, because they're saying me, me, me. Maybe this is a narcissistic person that you've been dealing with. You did have the Capricorn, the Devil card here. For that small amount of you that are dealing with someone who was very egotistical, you're letting go. or you're taking control of your life. And taking control of your life means that you are becoming the authoritarian. You're working with your South Node here, letting go, freeing yourself if you have been feeling tied and bound to a situation. Now, this could also speak of freeing yourself through forgiving and learning. Sometimes we are freed emotionally, even physically, by healing and letting go of past wounds, past issues. And this could be happening for you. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in the present moments. Some of you are leaving difficult energy behind. You're leaving past hurt, past regrets. You're letting go and you're forgiving, and therefore you are freeing yourself. Excuse me, I feel as though I'm coming down with a cold. It's just been really, really hot in Sydney, so we've always got the air conditioning and the fans on us, so I feel as though the cold is coming. I'm getting sick. Anyway, hello from heaven, says Spirit. And your loved ones in the spirit world want to connect with you as much as you want to connect with them. They know you've been thinking of them, and they're sending you signs and symbols to show you how much they love you, to prove they're with you at this time. So maybe this could be even there could be a couple of people that I'm talking to that you are forgiving and learning through freeing yourself, letting go of past pain from people, could be parents that have passed on, family members that have passed on. It's going to be different for each of you. Okay, so I wanted to point out, and the funny thing is that I was talking for about 10 minutes finishing your reading, and it wasn't recording, so let's go again. Okay, so I was going to say that there is a dragonfly here as well as a rose. Now the dragonfly symbolizes change, transformation, adaptability, and self-realization. So there is a mental and emotional maturity that's happening here in the month of June. The rose is love, of course. So yes, I see that there is some sort of a transformative energy here. For those of you, some of you may be hoping to travel and visit your home, your family, which could be at a distance. You've got the Sagittarius card here. As I said, Sagittarius speaks of truth. It speaks of knowledge, philosophy. Maybe you're growing spiritually. Let's look at the welcome home chocolate and mystery. And this is a strange mystery that I was saying before. This card represents moving home and the buying or selling of property. Home loans or rental agreements are being approved, and you're about to find the home you have always dreamed of. Whether you are purchasing or renting, this is a great time to consider a new property or to make changes around the property or home that you have right now. I am financially guided as to where I invest my funds, and I always trust in the process. Okay, so a lot with purchasing a new home. The energies were showing up here. Maybe this was the beginning of the idea of a purchase. For others of you, it could be happening here. A lot to do with a home, a lot to do with a mystery of a home. Okay, so maybe the mystery, and when I look at the chocolates, there's different sort of chocolates, just like Tom Hanks was saying in the movie, in Forrest Gump. You know, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get, right? So there could be some sort of a mystery that's unfolding in the month of July with the next eclipses that are happening. So that's going to be interesting to see. Okay, so I believe that that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for being here, for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting. I do appreciate you very much. So I believe that, you know, going home has got a lot to do with June. Some of you may be just feeling homesick and therefore traveling to your home. It can work out in many different ways. Don't forget to watch your sun, moon, and rising. Of course, your North Node and Venus and Mars, if you've got the time, because there are so many messages and there are so many of you. So sending you lots of love. Stay well, stay blessed. Talk to you soon.